Hello there, and in today's video, we are going to be speaking of the origins and the history of Tarzan's treehouse and also Swiss Family Robinson's treehouse in Disneyland. And so it all started way back in 1960 when Disney released a little live action movie named Swiss Family Robinson, which is based on a book of the same name. It was a hit. It was like one of their most popular live action films ever. And Walt Disney decided it would be an excellent idea to make a walkthrough attraction of Swiss Family Robinson, of their treehouse, a tour of their treehouse, and place it in Adventureland. Because at the time, it only had one attraction basically. It had Jungle Cruise. It had other attractions, but in terms of attractions that are still around today, I mean, in this early 60s, they were just trying to add anything to Adventureland. They greatly updated the Jungle Cruise. They added Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, that I was about to mention, and the Jungle Cruise. Well, I mean, not Jungle Cruise. I mean the Tiki Room, which is like I'm Jose, basically. I am Jose. I am him now. So they started work on this walkthrough attraction. The treehouse was designed, like the architecture was designed by Bill Martin. Bill Martin, you might know him. Actually, you probably don't know him. He's the director of Fantasyland, by the way. He directed all of Fantasyland. The attraction opened, Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, opened November 18th, 1962. So let's walk through for like basically what it was originally like. They do still have the one in Disney World, and I believe in Disneyland Paris. And so the attraction is 70 feet tall, 80 feet wide, and weighs over 140 tons. So that's a ton. Actually, it's 140 ton. From what I can tell, the attraction started as a C ticket, but was quickly demoted to a B ticket with like Main Street Cinema and Motorboat Cruise. And I did a video on Motorboat Cruise if you want to go check it out. When the thing opened, they named it like a scientific name, like they give to plants. Disneyodendron semflorens grandis, meaning large, ever blooming Disney tree, which is pretty accurate. I do not know if I pronounced that right, by the way. And by the way, with like the whole scientific names for plants, they did that a lot when Disneyland opened. Like they had nothing, no like exhibits in Tomorrowland. Well, Tomorrowland was very barren on opening day, so they basically just like took all the weeds and gave them scientific names, which is kind of funny. And so apparently there was in a book it was mentioned that nobody at WED really wanted to do the treehouse. They were like, it's a waste of time to create attraction. Oh, it was a waste of time. And to create the attraction, they had to slightly modify the Jungle Cruise's pathway to make room for some of the things like waterways going through and under the attraction, which is like kind of a little bit of a inconvenience, I guess. I don't know. And I can like see, so basically in the ride, you go through and look at some of the like different things in their house. There's nothing really specifically to state. You just go through and see all like their family belongings and all these things, family items they have in the treehouse. You would end at ground level, go up, and then go down, and transition right into New Orleans Square. No, no, no. Actually, wait. No, New Orleans Square did not open. You thought, okay, you thought I was. We were transitioning right into New Orleans Square after. No, no, no. We are transitioning into Frontierland because this New Orleans Square didn't open until 66, even though there wasn't any rides till 67. There wasn't two rides till 69. So there were a few short years where you would be just transitioning into Frontierland. It was like a very like not so occupied area. Believe they had like different things like Native American dances and stuff, I think. And that's very interesting. Which is, and it's like the Frontierland train station was still there. So it was just like the train station was still there, which is just weird to think of. John Mills and his daughter Haley appeared at the opening, which you might be like, who the heck is that? Well, John Mills played Father Robinson in the movie, and Haley Mills played the lead character in the Disney movie Pollyanna. Well, the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse basically sat there, like, very similar for a few decades. I think 3 decades. Flash forward to the 90s, a wild time. I mean, my boy Michael was out there running Disney, making new attractions left and right. Well, in Disneyland, with the recent additions of things like Phantasmic and Indiana Jones with very high budgets, Indiana Jones sits right next door, by the way. Well, Disney was running pretty tight on cash, even though the new investments were not a failure, but there was a huge failure. But it's not in California, it was in Paris. Euro Disneyland was not doing well at the time. Now it's very popular. It's, they say, a more popular tourist destination than the Eiffel Tower. So basically, Swiss Family Robinson, they were like, we gotta cut costs. We just paid all this money and we haven't quite got our investment back. So we really, really, really need to try to like save some money. So they're like, Swiss Family Robinson was like next on to get the axe. I mean, Disney execs were probably looking at the attraction like, why does this thing exist? Why? It does not help us at all. It does not want to make people come to Disneyland that much. I doubt they were probably saying, I doubt people were talking and saying, hey, did you hear they have a treehouse based on my favorite 1960 classic Disney film, Swiss Family Robinson, at Disneyland? We definitely need to go. Like, I mean, like, who, like, what? No, I doubt little, what's the name? Susie was sitting there and, like, mother, did you hear they have a treehouse based on my favorite film, Swiss Family Robinson, at Disneyland? Mommy, please take me. Please take me. I want to go see the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse and look at all their belongings. So Disney was about to like end this attraction's whole life. It was about to die. But okay. I have no confirmation about it from what I'm about to say, but this is, I think, what happened. Now, granted, this is probably not true. Just this is what I think. I'm imagining happened. This is like like what my brain thinks. Disney is about to like they're dropping that like guillotine, like they're about to publicly execute this entire treehouse, and then they're just like, oh, yeah, an Imagineer who really cares about like ambiance and actually cares about the park, and like an Imagineer that really like understands the park is just standing there and is like, listen, I've tried I've tried to stop you from killing this thing. So now I'm getting desperate. Disney, they're making that Disney Studios over there, they're making that new film, Tarzan, and they were like, oh yeah, that movie is like all of our movies have been doing really good. We got Aladdin, Lion King, most grossed film to animated film to date right now, and so yeah, it'd be perfect. Tarzan. All the kids are gonna love this film when that comes out in the year 1999. And so, yeah, they're like, let's do this thing. And so that was their way to save it. Now in Tarzan's treehouse, you kind of get a tour of the treehouse similar to Swiss Family Robinson, except in this version, you are much more focused on telling the story of the film with things like you're going through and you see like different like almost little like projection screens, and you see like Kala and all the different characters. You see Sabor at the beginning, everything. And I've gotta say, the the everything looks perfect for this thing, and it helps tell the story. You have like lots of songs like Strangers Like Me and You'll Be in My Heart, which is very good songs. I recommend you listen to me. Phil Collins is a very good composer. Brother Bear and Tarzan. And you hear the songs, and at the end, there's almost a little play area. There's like a rope, and you can. It's the same in the Swiss Family Robinson, but you can hear Swiss Polka, which is. I'm playing it right now, and it's really good. And it's kind of like this scene, end scene is well, this end area is based off of like the trash in the camp scene, which is like, like da 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 da, And so anyway, yeah, it doesn't have too much this ride doesn't have too much history, but I thought I'd cover it just because it's an interesting topic. And I was wondering, which one do you prefer, if you've experienced both, or if you've been to the Walt Disney World one? Do you prefer the Disneyland one or the Walt Disney World one? What do you prefer? And also, I just want to say that, like, a lot of people complain about IP in the park. I mean, I'm one of them. I like some of my favorite attractions, like the Tiki, my top three right here: Tiki Room, Pirates, Haunted Mansion, all original. But right now, it's just like they really don't have. Like right now, they're competing with Universal, and they have like the biggest competition they've ever had before, which is actually really good for the industry. But like when Wizarding World of Harry Potter opened, I know there was a huge rush to get a super big franchise like Star Wars, and they did the same with Pandora, and just trying to create a huge world to attract that massive crowd. And so, and also, this is like I'm kind of off topic here, but like everyone's complaining about IP, and it's like, why do they have to add Tarzan to this treehouse? It was perfect before, and I'm like, well, it was Swiss Family, so you don't think of it as an IP because it's so like retro. It's like basically when Disneyland opened that it released, that people don't think of it as IP. They think of IP as like Frozen, Moana, all those things, Star Wars, Marvel, all those things. They're like sitting there, and like even Snow White. It's kind of dumb. But thank you all for watching, and I very much enjoy if you press the subscribe. It's like my I get like just smiley and stuff whenever I see a new subscriber and everything. And if you enjoyed, I would, yeah, if you like and share. I have an Instagram now. I don't think I've talked about it much. I don't really post that much, but it's just Bright Disney, at Bright Disney, no space. So go check that out, and thank you for watching, and bye. Ching.